Hello beautiful hearts, hope you're doing well. Today I'm very excited because I'm introducing to you something new, the Becoming series, all growing beyond loss. Once again, my name is Nalongo Fortunate and I walk with you this journey of grief and growth, not just as a guide, but as someone who has lived the pain and transformation that loss brings. This series is not about focusing on what was taken, but who you're becoming. It's about identity, rediscovery, a slow unveiling of the new version of you that is emerging, not despite the loss, but because of it. And today's reflection is just a question: who am I now? This is a question that echoes in the hearts of many after loss. Whether you say it loud or not, who am I now that life has changed? Maybe you lost a loved one. Maybe you went through a painful breakup, a divorce, or a job loss, or a deep identity shift. Maybe life took a turn you never saw coming, and suddenly you no longer recognize the person you're seeing in the mirror. Grief doesn't just affect your heart, it affects your sense of self. Let's reflect on what this loss could have taken from you with honesty. Remember, grief doesn't just take what you love, it can take pieces of you, like a role you were identified with. Maybe you were a wife, a husband, a mother, a teacher, or a best friend, and now you do not know who you were without that title. Personally, I stopped feeling like the same joyful mother to my girls after losing the son. I developed a deep fear of loving too much, afraid that death would return and shatter me again. Even being called Nalongo, a name of honor in our culture, began to feel like a mocking echo of what I had lost. A future I imagined came to a standstill because I used to have visions of my boys and girls growing up together. That picture was stolen within a blink of an eye. I lost sense of control. I became deeply afraid of death, watching over my loved ones obsessively, fearing that if I blinked like this, grief would strike again. I also lost confidence in the person I used to be. Like I questioned if I was still a good mother, if I was enough, which brought in self-isolation, a serious one. But here is what I've come to understand. Grief changes you but doesn't erase you. Loss reveals the parts of us that were tied to what we had, not truly who we are. You see, this is not just about healing, it's about becoming more honest, more grounded, more aware of what matters. You're not what happened to you, you're who you decide to become because of it. And that decision can start today, right now, my dear friend. Ask yourself these transformational questions. Who was I before this loss? What parts of me were defined by that person, role, or a dream? What parts of me still remain unshaken? What new strengths have surfaced in this season of grief? What version of me is quietly waiting to be seen, accepted, and loved? Then speak over yourself if you can, that today I'm becoming. Maybe someone who is learning to breathe again. Maybe someone who gives herself permission to rest. Someone who is softer, slower, and stronger. For example, I stopped being judgmental. I've learned to hold each person with empathy and grace, looking beyond the outward behavior or appearance, because I now understand that we are all fighting silent battles. One verse that deeply comforts and aligns with this journey of becoming is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19. It says, "See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." This scripture is a promise that even in the confusion, in the brokenness, in your grief, God is doing something new. He's reshaping you. He's clearing a path where no one is seen. He's bringing life into places that felt barren and dry. When you ask, who am I? Know this. You're becoming a new thing God is gently creating in the ashes of what was lost. So my friend, hold on this truth. Grief changes you, but it doesn't diminish your value. You're allowed to become someone new without apology. Identity isn't lost, it is rebuilt, one brave step at a time. Becoming takes time, but every step is sacred. These are some of the practices that may help you reconnect with yourself. First is the mirror talk. Look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I began doing this 3 years after the loss. It helped me reclaim my physical health and my self-worth. I started eating better, moving more, shedding not just kilos, but shame. Second is photo reflection. Take a photo of yourself before the loss. Write a short letter to that version of you, acknowledging her innocence, her love, and how far you have come. And third is name your strength. Each morning, say one thing you admire about yourself. Like, I'm still showing up, I have not given up, and I'm choosing faith over fear. Just for today. So get reminded, my friend, that grief doesn't just hurt, it transforms. You're not the person you used to be, and that is not a bad thing. Let this season be when you meet a version of yourself that loss introduced you to. The one rising from ashes and the one becoming. Maybe you feel like a stranger to yourself. Maybe you wake up and wonder where the old you went. But I want to speak this over your life today. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're just becoming. The fact that you're still here, still seeking, still trying to make sense of it all, that is proof of your strength. You're not the person you used to be, and that is okay. You are who you are, and you're becoming. With love and compassion, no longer fortunate, your grief guided by experience. Here at Fortunate Hearts Foundation, please, I request you do not forget to support us on all our social media handles. Continue supporting us. God will bless you for us. Bye-bye.